Hello everybody. So welcome to my hopefully quick breeze through of just a rough draft of what my Kickstarter video is going to look like, because I haven't posted a video in a few days. I haven't done any programming for a few days. I've been thinking about a lot of stuff, but I'm just kind of going through this is a picture of me, by the way, over here on the right. Okay, we don't need to see that anymore, I don't think. So anyways, I'm going through Thomas Brush's course on full-time game dev and just going over his notes from how to do a Kickstarter video. So one of the things is gain credibility in introduce yourself, and for me the video games and programming have kind of been, a passion all my life. I was back in the days of 80, 86, 286, 386, 46. There's more that I deleted out of this that I'll put on the Kickstarter page. So I have done BBS door games. And for those of you who aren't familiar with what door games are, those are all ASCII scrolling from the modem text-based games. So I did a Robot Wars game, and I did a Space Trader game. Basically, I learned programming as I know it now from a Borland C help file. There's other things that have led me to start studying OpenGL and C++, but approximately 5 years ago I started my YouTube channel, and it's basically my learning, and I kind of intended it as an educational thing, and I also kind of intended it to be like a show-off kind of as I learn this stuff. It's kind of neat. And so last year I picked up Thomas Brush's course during the lockdown of the pandemic, and I started a Twitter account, which is very nice because I totally geared that 100% towards game dev, which is really great. It puts me in touch with a lot of what it means to be a game dev. What are game devs working on? There's everything from big corporations, AAA you could say, to solo devs, small teams, artists, musicians, game designers, publishers, everything. It's amazing. So Twitter is going to continue to be something that I'm going to always enjoy, the game dev community. So recently I did learn JavaScript and Python with Coding Game. I've been thinking about Kickstarter since I joined the full-time game dev with Thomas Brush. That's been a year and a half, so this isn't like all of a sudden I'm just like, oh, I want to do a Kickstarter. I actually do think that the name Kickstarter, just like the wonderful game Minecraft, the two words just pretty much describe exactly what I need. A kickstart. Because I can do this stuff, and I'm going to do this stuff all on my own. Okay, but if I have a kickstart, it's going to allow me to really focus and speed up these things, and I talk about that kind of down here. I'm currently in between jobs. I'd rather focus on how long until I should go back to work, or would I rather focus 100% on game dev? So that's kind of why I'm doing the Kickstarter. The game that I'm working on, I have several that I'm working on, of course, but the main one is the Space Trader. It's kind of a cross between Starport GE and Minecraft with a little bit of Gauntlet, and then maybe some other games will be thrown in there too, because I want there to be sub-games, mini puzzles, all kinds of stuff. And I'm not talking about the initial release, I'm talking about down the road, because I'm going to work on this game the rest of my life. It's going to be the game of my life, and then some other games I'll be probably producing as well, hopefully. So the game dev journey, I still don't know everything about game dev, of course, who does, but some of the things that I probably need to learn and focus on, and you'll be able to see this as I progress, is how to make that first in Minecraft, getting that iron, finding that first diamond, the boss mechanic, challenging and grinding enough to still be fun and rewarding, while sometimes being frustrating and annoying. So in other words, challenging, and the harder the work, the sweeter the reward. So there is a sweet spot. You can trend towards one side or the other, and obviously I will. But Okay, so also I'm going to be focusing on making editors and tools. So whatever elements I want to put into the game, I'm going to have them procedurally generated, but you can also kind of make your own things and download from other people in the community. This is in the future, of course, what I plan on doing. And as people share stuff with me, I'm going to include that in the updates to the game. So it's going to be kind of community built as I can see it. And then as I get into the multiplayer stuff, that'll just get to be more exciting. And I'm a huge procedural generation fan, obviously, because I'm a programmer. So stay tuned for that kind of stuff. Let's see. So this is the last part of the video. Pretty much, why do I need backers? Because, as I said, I would rather my focus be on game dev instead of how long until I should go back to work. The amount of money that I'm asking for, I'm still not sure how much I'm going to ask for, but it's going to be approximately what I will need to last for 1 year without a paycheck from anything else. Of course, I would like to get the game listed way before then, and so I'll be still listing regular updates, big and small, be of my YouTube game dev log, which I've already started, as well as receiving user feedback and using the community as my temporary extension to my game dev team. So that is another perk of Kickstarter, because I want to engage with the community and hear feedback from, because I view it as art as well as a video game production, so it's kind of interesting. And so maybe with their help I can mold the game and as I make it, and then also get spin-off ideas for things that I'm not able to implement in the Space Trader or whatever. Whatever happens, I'm excited. Brainstorming sessions, new idea for me is, of course, Zoom with Jeff. That would be really cool to do that with some really enthusiastic supporters. That would be great. And the whole budget is finance my life until I release the game for sale, probably on Steam and itch.io, maybe a few other venues. I don't really know what all there is out there, but those are the two main ones. So I am very grateful for everyone who watches this video, for all the support on Kickstarter, whether you even just watch the project or are able to actually contribute and be a part of making this a reality. We can do this together. So this is not something that I'm going to tackle this alone. If I get the support from Kickstarter, we can do it together way faster, and I'll be much more focused, and it's honestly going to focus my life on something that like never before. And I don't know what's going to happen, but I have a feeling that it's going to be really good. So this is pretty much it. I'm anxious and excited, but I'm also patient, and I'm ready to finally create a fun, beautiful passion game, one that is an art tool as well as an adventure and a challenge. Sound familiar? Minecraft? You can tell that's a huge motivation for me, but also with puzzles and smaller games embedded and other things. And I recently did the Space Flowers, which is kind of a nod to asteroids. I fooled around with doing some, you'll see in some of the demos, and if you look through my YouTube channel, you'll see all the things that I have kind of been motivated by. And it's just really nice to have this portion of my life to where I'm actually realizing some things that I thought were unconquerable without a huge team. So anyways, thanks for watching this. Be sure to read more on the Kickstarter page, because I'm going to go into more detail about myself, about the game, about all these different things. This is a huge file that talks about everything I want to do in just this game, just to get it to version 1, where I'll be releasing it. Anyways, thanks very much for watching, and I'll look forward to your support on Kickstarter.